Hey, it's Ryan. Let's check out the second half of the chorus for Die with a Smile. A quick note is that the practice video for this part of the lesson is going to be much faster than the previous one because we have a lot more bars to get to, and I want to be respectful of your time in that practice video. So this is what it looks like. I'd wanna hold you just for a while and die with a smile. If the world was ending, I'd wanna be next to you. So a lot of really great stuff in the second half too. So let's take a look. To start, we have the B minor 7, the E with the same bass line as before. But now what we're going to go over is how to play this A chord and this E6 and this F sharp minor new bass line right over here. And then we have similar elements as in the previous videos. So let's take a look at this bar and this bar primarily, and then we're going to be done with this tutorial video. Looking at where we're going, I guess where we are coming from is we have the E. So if you played your A note like this, then you'll notice that your first finger is already hovering over the second fret. So let's take a look at this A chord. Now you may be used to playing A like this, or like this, or like this, but I would highly recommend that you play your A this way, because what that's going to do is set you up for the E6 chord that's coming up. And why are we doing an E6 chord? We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, just to give you the rundown on this is what I call like the classic rock A, because it's used in a lot of classic rock songs. Because you can do stuff like that with it. And it's in a lot of classic rock songs. So it's just the first finger barring the D, G, and B string. You don't have to worry about the high E string, and the thumb is wrapped around to mute the low E string. I would highly recommend that you try to do that if you are able to do that. So after we do this, then when we listen to the recording, there's a bass line. So it goes like this. Like that. And so to replicate the bass line, we want to be able to play an E chord, but we want to be able to play it in a way that kind of makes sense with the bass line. If you wanted to do this, you could really stretch your fingers out and play it like this, because this would be an E over G sharp, but I mean, that's kind of uncomfortable. So instead, what we're going to do is you can play this, but we have to mute the A string. And I mean, honestly, like adding the C sharp that's on this B string to this E chord sounds really nice. So this is a really cool chord. Let's check it out. You're going to put your ring finger on the 4th fret of the low E string, and the flesh of your ring finger is touching this A string to mute it. Then you're keeping the same bar as before for the A classic rock chord. And then you're going to put your pinky on the 4th fret of the G string, as you did with your C sharp minor chord. So I mean, really, this is like the C sharp minor, except you took the ring finger and you moved it down, or excuse me, up a string. And so this is a really cool chord that you can use to get the bass line in there. Do you absolutely need this chord? No. No, you don't. So you can just do A, then to E, and then you can go to F sharp minor. So that can totally work as well. But if you want guitar growth, this chord will give you guitar growth. And then we go to our F sharp minor in whatever flavor you want to play it. And now let's take a look at this bass line here. So it's very similar but different. So we have this. That part's all the same as before. But now we're changing up the bass note. So now it looks like this. So we have, and then the ring finger is going to play, you have to play your pinky here. So now your ring finger can play this 4th fret on the A string. And then you kind of have to really be mindful of your strumming hand and really do as little movement with it as possible. So, because if you play this second fret on the low E string, it's very easy to have that open string ring out. So you really want to be intentional about trying to just hit that note, that low E string. And then you kind of lift off the pointer finger here. So that way you can get the A string ring out. So let's practice this bass line part very, very slowly together. Kind of like this. So 1, 2, ready, go. 4th fret, 2nd fret, open A. And you can do the 5th fret on the E string as well. It just requires a lot of dexterity and stretching and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm trying to do the open string. So let's do it one more time together. 1, 2, ready, go. And 2, and open. And then the B minor 7. So again, this bass line part is optional. That bass line part is optional. This E6 chord is optional. But man, it's going to help you grow on guitar a lot if we can try to practice this. So what we're going to do now is try to practice this. I'll see you on the practice video.